guys and gals, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming, sending me on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Tennessee Shuichi's Path. So, y'all, let's go ahead and just jump right back in, shall we? Please sit back and enjoy for the next 18 minutes of entertaining. Let's jump right in. Alarm Chan, you are up, and let's go. Y'all seem to have really enjoyed my my Christmas thumbnails, so... Yep. Y'all can expect more zany and cute, more zany and silliness from me in the future. Anyway. Sorry. At least you didn't make too big a mess. Actually, you have Shuichi to thank for that. He cleaned up while Aki cooked. Well, Maniki cooked. Oh. You didn't have to throw your brother under the bus. I know. Aki, you suck. Don't talk like that with your brother. Fine. Little shit hides behind Mom, cheekily showing off his tongue while laughing under his breath at me. I swear, your personality regressed at least 5 years whenever Mom is around. Well, at least we already know there won't be a lack of food, so you know it won't be a problem. It's always good to have you around, Shuichi-kun. I don't see you quite as often as I'd like anymore. Heh, thank you. We've both been very busy lately. I'm sure. Not that I'm comparing my workload to yours, ma'am. Oh, don't be like that. You're allowed to have troubles of your own. Someone else having more or fewer problems doesn't invalidate your own. Aki, help me set the table. Kay. Mom quickly walks up to a nearby cabinet, grabbing a few plates and handing them over to Aki. She continues to chat us up, keeping most of her attention on Shuichi. Her tail wags excitedly behind her. Seeing it like that makes me want to laugh, but I somehow manage to contain the urge. So tell me, Shuichi-kun, what have you been up to? I hope school hasn't been too difficult. No, not at all. Dad's been a bit more strict than usual with making me study, but that's just become a college entrance exam. That's just because college entrance exams are looming close by. Do make sure to take some time off for yourself, though. There's no point working yourself to exhaustion. If you don't handle your stress levels, you won't be able to function properly. Right. That really doesn't sound convincing at all coming from you, Mom. I think you'll do really well in your exam, Shuichi-ni. I can't imagine you failing one. Heh, thanks. That's really nice of you to say. Will you be spending the day with us? I'll be busy for a bit longer, but I can rush through my work to make time to spend with you boys. Ah, no. Yuichi and I actually have plans. We're going to eat out together, but there was so much food in here that we decided to stay. Is that so? What are your plans? Our plans? That's, What's wrong? It's nothing. We were just going to spend the day, out. Yes, I've got that much, but doing what? Are you going to the movies or something? Well, that's, we were going to go to the park. Really? That sounds lovely. Which park? The Kuki Shobu Park. Ooh, that's a beautiful one. My work colleagues love it, too. The girls in my office talk about how they go on dates there often. Did you know they have some pedal boats? I had no idea. Right, I guess it is like that. Huh. Mom might be totally oblivious, but just from the look on Shuichi's face, I can already imagine what his plans are. I guess it won't be a surprise now anymore. And now Shuichi's shooting me a bunch of coy looks. It's really cute to see him looking all flustered. He always acts self-assured, but it's nice to see him embarrassed for once. Well, I wish I could get him like that on demand. It'd be a great way to get back at him for embarrassing me all the time. Have you ever been to Kukushobu before? It's a bit out of the way. Where is it even? I've never been there. It's a bit outside of town. How far? About as far from us as we are from Tokyo, I would say. Just on the opposite direction. Whoa, that's pretty much on a neighboring city by that point. Not really. It's a bit out of the way, but it's still in Saitama. It'll probably take you at least an hour to get there. Maybe you should pack some leftovers so you can eat while you're there. If you're going that far just to have a day off, you should at least stay for the sunset. It's pretty beautiful there. Yeah. I'm surprised you've been there before. With how far it is, when did you even find the time? This is Mom secretly going on dates. This was years ago. Way before I started working on cases for the Supreme Court. I definitely don't have time to make that sort of trip now. The time it would take me to make the trip is about all of the free time I could find. Mom, I hope you realize how sad that sounds. I know, it's alright. Once we're done working on all these cases, I should be able to take at least a full month of vacation. Really? That sounds awesome! When should you be finished with those? In a couple years, probably. Oh. Way to get our hopes up for nothing! I'm doing my best, sweetie. These things just take time. I hope you realize I'll be out of the country by then. That's an objective fact. Mom finishes readying the table for us, clapping her hands together as if to call for an end in conversation, turning back to us with a wide smile. That's enough of that for now. Come on, let's eat. It's not often we have the chance to eat together as a family, even more so while having Shuichi come over. Yeah, sure. Come on, Shuichi, you can sit next to me. Right. Don't forget to wash your hands before you eat. Got it. Mom seems to be in a really good mood today. Is all of that just because Shuichi is here today? Heh, be nice if it was. I guess this kind of thing is nice too. An hour later. Once we're done with the lunch, Mom seemed to waste no time in basically shooing us out the door. Shuichi tried his best to put up a fight, insisting on helping clean up, but she threw a fit about how a guest isn't supposed to be cleaning up in the first place. When Shuichi kept pushing, I thought for sure I was about to witness a homicide, but Mom seemed to have taken it in stride. You're lucky she loves you, dude. It's really not fun when she loses her patience. However, as soon as we left the house and began our walk to the station, Shuichi felt unnervingly silent. I tried making small talk here and there, but he would only respond with one-word answers or grunts for the most part. With every passing second, I got more and more nervous about it. I don't like being the only person talking, and I can't help feeling like something has him upset. It can't be because Mom wouldn't let him help on the cleanup, can it? Please, God, tell me my boyfriend is not enough of a dweeb to be upset over something like that. I'm begging you here. Are you okay? Mm-hmm. And there it is again. Holy crap, I'm not really imagining it, am I? Taking a deep breath for courage, I walk in front of Shuichi, stopping him on his tracks and turning around to face him. Okay, that's enough. Spill. What? Why are you sulking? I'm not. You're not going to tell me that I'm not. You're not going to tell me that that not being allowed to clean was enough to ruin your mood, are you? My mood is fine. No, it's not. You're being super difficult. How am I being difficult? You're barely even talking to me. I'm talking to you now, aren't I? It's not what I mean, knucklehead. Shuichi, you better tell me what's going on. I swear to God, I'm turning around and heading back home. You're not serious. Fine. Let it never be said that I am not a man of my word. Once the last thread of patience I had left snapped, I merely walked past the husky, leaving him dumbfounded on the street. I barely made 5 steps before he rushed after me, grabbing me by my wrist and spinning me around to face him again. Let go! Stop! I'm sorry, okay? Please don't walk out on me. Then spill. I didn't mean to, it's just that what? I just wanted it to be a surprise. Huh? Our date. I wanted my plan to be a surprise. Masaki-san kind of ruined it. That's what this is about? Are you kidding me? No, this kind of thing is important to me, okay? We haven't really had an actual official date before. We've had a few. Spending time together like we always do isn't a date. Or at least I don't want the bar to be that low. I'm a bit flattered, but Jesus, man, you really went about this all wrong. So what, Mom accidentally figured out your plans and that made you upset just because of that? Wouldn't say that I'm upset, I'm just, okay, I'm upset. Holy crap, just getting that out of him was worse than pulling a tooth out. It's not that big a deal. How can you say that? This is probably our first real date since we started going out. Probably. It's not like I've kept track of everything we've done so far. We've had dates before. We've gone out for walks. You've taken me out for ice cream, for food. This is hardly the first time. I say, completely aware of the fact that I'm a dirty hypocrite, since that is not at all what I was thinking to myself earlier today. Shuichi doesn't know that, though. The last thing he needs is a validation for his insecurities. That doesn't count. Why the hell not? Because I didn't invite you out for a date. We went places without thinking too much about it. You have got to be kidding me. Hey, there's a certain etiquette to this kind of thing. You can't just do whatever you want and call it a date. You have to go about it a certain way. Jesus, since when are you this old-fashioned? If we go out and have fun together as a couple, what difference does it make whether you called it a date when you invited me out or not? You're so difficult. Not to mention that if what you're saying is true, we've had sex before having our first real date as a couple. I wonder why your sense of etiquette doesn't kick in when you were trying to get laid. Funny how that worked. Ugh! Letting myself get all bitter again. This isn't good. Change the subject, Yuichi. Change the subject. So, what are your plans? They have these really pedal boats in the shape of swans at the park's lake. Anyone can rent them. I was kind of hoping we could get one and watch the sunset together from the lake. I have to admit, that sounds really nice. Right? That's why I'm so annoyed that your mom ruined the surprise. She didn't know about it. She was just excited. I know that. Then why are you still annoyed? I don't know. I don't have all the answers, okay? No. I don't expect you to have all the answers when it comes to random stuff happening around us. I do expect you to at least be able to give me a reasonable explanation as to what the hell is going on in that head of yours. You can be such a pain sometimes. Forgive me for being sentimental. I thought our date was as good as As good a time as any to let you know I have feelings. This isn't about being sentimental. You're just throwing a tantrum because things aren't going absolutely perfectly like you planned them. Which kind of sounds like a bit of a pattern with you now that I think about it. You can't be serious. I just wanted to do things right, especially after what? Nothing. Forget it I said anything. You're going to be quiet on me again? Make your mind up already. Look, it doesn't matter whether it was a surprise or not. Your idea is amazing, and I know we're going to have fun no matter what. Can you stop being so bitter about it? Surprise was totally ruined, though. Oh my god, will you let this go? Come on, big guy, you're sulking again. I'm allowed to sulk a bit. I want things to be perfect. Yes, I'm aware. You've said that. You've said so about it. You don't need to keep repeating yourself. Ugh, so fussy. At a time like this, the best strategy for diffusing Shuichi's toddler tantrum would probably be taking a quick look around. I make sure no one else is nearby to see us. If I'm going to do this, I need to be quick. While Shuichi is too busy kicking the floor and mumbling under his breath and paying any attention to me, I quickly wrap my arms around his, passing them below my armpits and pulling me close to him. What are you? Oh. Before he has a chance to run his mouth and ruin it, I stretch my neck a bit, capturing Shuichi's lips with mine. His entire body tenses up, caught completely by surprise by my sudden advance. If there's one thing I've learned since we started dating, is that Shuichi loves kisses. I feel a bit dirty using it as basically a way of getting him to stop sulking, but I don't have any better ideas at the moment. And, well, I'm not going to complain about kissing. I guess I'm a little biased towards it myself now. Finally, his brain seems to catch on to what is happening, telling his body to relax against my embrace. Shuichi wraps his own arms around mine, leaning in to kiss, his tongue pushing its way inside my mouth. The fur on the back of my neck stands at attention, not being prepared for the sudden intrusion. I try to pull away on reflex, but Shuichi's grip around me tightens and... Pa! I spun around again, suddenly being pushed up against a wall, or pinned being more like it. Shuichi, wait! Oh. My protest falls on deaf ears. My lips are once again captured with no chance for escape. My grip around Shuichi's back tightens, and my fist clenching the fabric of his shirt against my claws. What was at first a gesture of my own making suddenly leaves me caged and defenseless. This is bad. He's completely losing control again, and we're in public. No more than that. I didn't sign up to go this far. Shuichi's hands travel lower and lower, making me yelp into Shuichi's mouth when I feel something brush against the base of my tail. Shuichi's big, muscular tongue keeps pushing its way inside my mouth, probably taking my own, trying to push him away as some kind of encouragement. Stop! This isn't a good time! We haven't discussed this. This is exactly what I've been worrying about for a while now. You're taking it too far. Suddenly, Sai-chan's words echo with scary clarity inside my mind. If you're not comfortable even talking about it with your boyfriend, there's no way you're going to be ready to do it. Just tell him you don't want to. If they're that uncomfortable with how things are between the two of you, the last thing you should do is carry on as if nothing were happening. That's not fair to either of you. I don't want this. I've been uneasy about how things have been going with us exactly because of this. This is too much too fast. Before I even catch on to what I'm doing, I put my hand squarely on Shuichi's chest, putting all my strength behind a single push that throws him away from me, barely. Ow, what are you doing? Time out, seriously, you need to stop. What's wrong? You're too fast. Huh? You're moving too fast. It's making me really uncomfortable. I just wanted to give you a quick kiss to cheer you up. I wasn't okay with being felt up and making out in public, especially when you pushed me against a wall and make it so I can't say no. I'm sorry, I didn't know. I would certainly hope so. If you did know I was uncomfortable and still, well, that would be horrible of you. Shuichi, you lose control way too fast, and you're so pushy. I've been feeling this for a while now, but I didn't know how to say it, and then you do this. I make an empty gesture at the air, my eyes looking anywhere but at him right now. I feel ashamed. I shouldn't be feeling like this, should I? I should be happy that my boyfriend is this into me, shouldn't I? There must be something wrong with me for me to be feeling this way, right? You're pushy? Are you saying I've been pushing you into doing these things? You're really forward and really sexual. It was okay at first when it was just an innocent touch here or there, but you've been getting more and more, I don't know, like this. Before I knew it, or even had time to think about it, we were having sex. And we ended up going all the way on our first time, too, without me having any time to prepare for it. You said that was okay. I know. I asked you about it after, and you told me there was nothing wrong with it. I knew it was bad, but you insisted on saying it wasn't. I know. I felt bad. I didn't want to hurt your feelings. You were being so hard on yourself, and I didn't want you to feel that bad, especially since you just told me the day before you were having a hard time at home, and... You slept with me out of pity? No, of course not. You're taking that way out of context. You really wanted it, and I didn't know how to say no. I'm sorry, that was my fault. Shuichi looks down at his feet. His eyes darting around, not focusing on anything in particular, a storm of thoughts and emotions flashing through them all at once. It's not just me that has a really expressive face. Shuichi takes a step in my direction, and I hold my breath. He doesn't notice it and keeps walking, standing side by side with me, leaning his back against the wall. So all this time, I've been making you uncomfortable? Yeah. And you didn't say anything? You have a real nasty habit of blaming yourself and punishing yourself way too harshly for the smallest things. I didn't want to watch you do that again. And you didn't want me to do it. You didn't want to do it when we... Yeah. Only silence hangs between us, so heavy that it feels like it's pulling me down. I want to run. I want to be anywhere but here. I don't like this kind of atmosphere. I don't like standing up for myself, not when it leaves Shuichi looking like this. He must be so mad at me. There's no way he wouldn't be upset. And yet... I wish you'd told me. Yeah. All I wanted was for things to go a little slower. But I thought if I managed to just grin and bear it, I'd get used to it eventually, and then I wouldn't mind it so much. That's a terrible thing, though. I don't want my boyfriend to grin and bear it every time I try to be intimate with him. I know. I'm sorry. You don't have to apologize. I mean, I do wish you hadn't kept it a secret for so long. The idea that I forced you to. I'm at least 50% responsible for that, though. I consented when I really shouldn't have. Still, I couldn't tell at all. You're my boyfriend. You'd figure I should at least be able to tell when you're uncomfortable. I have nothing to say to that. Part of me wants to reach out to tell him he shouldn't blame himself so much, but I won't lie, I've been thinking the same thing to myself lately. Why do I have to say something? Well, why can't he just notice that I'm uncomfortable and stop? I'm definitely not innocent in this. I had every opportunity to speak my mind and didn't. When you think about it, it's pretty awful of me. But it's pretty difficult to keep it in check. I'm not gonna lie, even now I'm pretty sure I was holding back. Excuse me, you were holding back? Yeah, I never really felt like this before. I've had times when I'd get a bit riled up, but that was just a mood that would strike me every now and again. It wasn't particularly bad or difficult to deal with. But now that we're dating, I have a real hard time dealing with my libido. I constantly want to grab you and, well, you can imagine the rest. I swallow a couple times, picturing a bunch of different scenarios in my mind, each one making my face redder than the last. After about a dozen of them, I have to shake my head violently to push them out of my mind. Otherwise, I'm going to end up overheating. That's flattering? I don't know what to say. I'll try my best to keep it in check. I definitely don't want to make you uncomfortable. Hell, it's a really scary thought that I might end up pushing you away without even knowing what I did. Please don't do that to me, you. If I'm doing something wrong, you have to tell me so I can fix it. Yeah. Now I feel even more guilty than I felt before. I kind of wish I hadn't said anything, but I'm also happy to have done it. I don't know how to feel right now. This date is a disaster, isn't it? Sorry. Don't apologize. I'm the one who messed up here. But seriously, you, stop. I'm barely keeping it together as it is. Alright, guys and gals, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right here. Oof. Well, you're always going to have... problems are always going to pop up in a relationship from time to time. You just have to communicate with your partner and try and deal with it as best you can. You know, communication is key. Anyway, y'all, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. Leave a super thanks. If you can, it always helps. Until the next video, I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!